Attention! This is UNPSC Emergency Guidance Recording L1-61. If you are listening to this, you are most likely suffering from one or more of the following conditions: a sense of displacement, disorientation, memory loss, ataxia, and visual auditory hallucinations. Please remain calm. You are experiencing the adverse effects of prolonged exposure to the Pechorsk radius. This recording was placed here by the UNPSC to guide affected personnel to safety. Inside this emergency cache, you will find a basic survival kit that will get you to the nearest research outpost. Enter the fog to find it.
Hello. I really do not like horror games.
Module located inside the secondary.
I really do not like horror games. Then you might be asking, why are you playing a horror game? And to that I say, I paid $30 for this, and this game is like drugs to me. But where did this fear and obsession start? Well, sit down, Jimmy, I'll tell you, be patient. Calm down, jeez. The video's about to start.
I love it.
Into the Radius takes place in Soviet Russia in the middle of the Cold War. It was a very chilly war with a lot of nuclear bombs. Then a giant meteor just decided to go whoop. It's there now. Nothing you can do. Not a thing. You can't fix that. That's just too big of a meteor. Nobody knows how it got there. No one questions how it got there. Then it just killed everyone. Everyone on the edge, however, lived. But it's not really a good thing because they can't leave, or else they die.
Explorers, this is a friendly reminder from the UNPSC not to attempt to leave the Pechorsk exclusion zone, as demarcated by the electric fence surrounding the site. We deeply regret the necessity of this measure, taken for your own protection, as well as for the protection of anyone attempting to enter the zone. Exposure to radiation and other after effects of the event have made the world outside the exclusion zone toxic for those who were in close proximity to the asteroid strike. Every survivor who left the exclusion zone before the area was cordoned off died within hours, despite the best efforts of the UNPSC's medical specialists. No medications or surgical interventions, not even the creation of controlled environments, succeeded in slowing the deterioration of organ function in those unfortunate survivors of the event. There have been no medical breakthroughs since that would suggest that doctors would be able to save a survivor who exited the zone.
So yeah, everything in this universe sucks. So then, the Russian military is like, hey, you can't just exist now, the floating orb. That's not very nice. So let's just go kill that unexplained floating orb in the sky. That seems like a pretty great plan.
The block post was part of the Soviet Army's attempt to take control of the situation in the first days following the event. But the boys who manned it, there was no way they could have done anything or helped anyone in the city. They all got so sick. And they were confused, disoriented. They had been preparing for war, even nuclear war. But they couldn't have expected something like this. Whatever it was. Whatever it is.
Yeah, they got destroyed. So then, after the Russian military's like, shoot, we can't destroy this thing. So they're like, we got a bunch of people that'll die if they go outside. So what if we just put them inside of it? You're a genius, Mike. And that's where you come in, the nameless protagonist.
Stop. Authorized personnel only. Raise your hands above your head for identification.
Greetings, Explorer. This message is to remind you.
Into the Radius is a survival horror game that gives me paranoia.
Crap! I'm gonna die.
So you loot, survive, loot guns, loot money, loot food, most importantly guns. You can never have enough gun because I ain't paying that price, like, whew, good lord. But the main goal is to survive and go further and further and further into the radius every time you go back in. But this game wouldn't be half as terrifying if it didn't have the enemies. When you die, you basically lose everything except the few scraps in your back pocket. So I was looking over my shoulder the entire game, seeing if it was sneaking up on me or I was just being paranoid. I didn't talk about this earlier in my loot talk, but what really keeps bringing me back to this game is the tapes. It's the only way you can really find lore besides scrap pieces of paper on the ground and just like the end game. Like, it's very rare to find one, and just looking for one for hours and hours, and you're finding this little tiny little disc tape is my new obsession, and I do not know why. It gives me such joy. And like, if you want the full story, you're gonna have to find the tapes. So you're gonna spend hours looking for tapes, whether you like it or not. Do not have this game if you have a deep sense of fear, and don't play this game if you don't want fear, because this game will make you scared. I went in this game thinking, oh, it's gonna be like Minecraft, get the blocks, build the house, haha. No, this game scares me. I don't know why I keep playing it, but in the fear is a beautiful yet mysterious story, and you're just gonna have to go into the radius to find it. Also, did I mention tapes is my new obsession?